But what does it take to stay there?
Please don't reject me anymore. I can't take any more rejection.
How do they cope in this image-obsessed industry?
I do wonder about that. Am I just a big old fat attention seeker?
And do you have to be ruthless to keep pursuing your dreams?
I would have sold my granny when I was younger to be super famous. It was so selfish.
Barbra Bryceland is a 49-year-old granny from Falkirk.
I've always dreamed about being a singer. I sang in school choirs, I sang at church, and I think that's where I started to project this big old voice of mine.
She'd been singing in Scotland's pubs, clubs and holiday parks for 25 years before The Voice came calling.
A good friend, he said, there's a great show coming on in America, but they don't get to see you. And I thought, and your point is? It was 100 people who had gotten through, but they only needed 40. The tension backstage was unbelievable. I had my high heels on, walking out, that's all you hear. Because you've got that about 5 seconds where you have to walk down to the microphone, and it felt like 10 minutes.
You know I dreamt of you.
I never thought about being starstruck. And all through it they says to me, who would you like to be your mentor? And I says, it has to be Tom Jones, because that was the music we grew up with. Do I believe in miracles? Aye. Do I believe in long shots? Certainly. How can you be late 40s, granny, overweight, and beat all the odds?
But when it came to the next round, Barbra had some stiff competition for Tom's vote.
This is maybe the hardest thing that I've ever done, Leanne.
And just like that, Barbara's chance at the big time seemed to be over.
Now, if I just lay in my bed and put the cover up over my head, my problems are still going to be there. So I'm just going to keep going.
4 years ago, 38.
How are you? Being a Mormon for me does.
Barbra believes in taking control of her career and so puts on her own show nights at a local restaurant in Falkirk.
I think we have to seek out things. All my gigs don't all land on my lap. I have to make phone calls. If it's easy all the time, then you're not really challenging, you're not really stretching yourself enough.
Tradesman's entrance here.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Barbara's roped in her partner Stuart to look after everything technical tonight.
The big problem with this is it's all on Barbara's shoulders. That's why I'm here, to try and alleviate some of the burden by doing the sound and make sure everything's okay.
Come say my hellos.
I think it's a drive that Barbara's got, and she gets a big buzz at it. I mean, the amount of people that come up and say, well, what a great voice that lassie's got, you know, and I'll say, a couple of singing lessons, she'll be okay, and they'll look at me as if to say, how dare you?
To make it a glitzier event, Barbra has booked 2 ballroom dancers and another singer for tonight's cabaret.
We've got 100 years of show business between us. I think we'll come up with a nice film. If we don't, shame on us. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Chris Judge.
Beancross is my big baby, it's mine. So people are taking notice to see that you've not just been on the telly and you fell from everything, that you're still going on, the train's still going.
Part of Barbra's success has been bringing a following with her, one of whom is a fan from the early days.
I've known Barbra for about 23 years, and I entered Barbra into The Voice without her even knowing, and the rest is history. Barbra Bryceland is here to stay. She's in here, and within Scotland, she'll always be here.